Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Self-Made. I'm Cole Joseph, and in today's video we're talking about XRP. It is having some explosive moves in the market today. Let's check out what is the reasoning for this, and let's go to technicals right now, check out the chart, and check out a trade I'm currently doing. All right, we're here on TradingView. This is the XRP hourly chart. As you can see, XRP has been trading between these two orange trend lines I have drawn out here. This is actually a trend line I drew out on the daily chart, but it's following perfectly on the hourly chart as well. As you can see, in the recent past, we've tested the top twice, gone down, tested the bottom, and we're back up here testing the top, which we had a potential breakout right here that was a reversal. This is what we call a fake out. It shot up a green candle and then faked us out and shot down in another red candle, which was an actual rejection and not an actual breakout. This type of move in the market makes a beautiful opportunity to have some short trades right here if you are a trader. I currently have a trade over here on KuCoin. Let's check it out. It's a futures trade. I'm currently $902 in profit right now. I got approximately $4,863 in this trade. So we'll see where that goes. Considering we've tested the top 3 times now and haven't broken, I fully expect it to go all the way down to at least this trend line right here, which is about 48 cents. And test that line. If it breaks that, we're going to go down to this bottom one down here, which is a trend line on the daily chart that we can go back even farther. Let's go to the daily chart. And as you can see, this goes back way farther, and we have been within this orange trend line as well for a while, and it did attempt to break out on the daily chart here. I can see us going as far down as back to like 39.40 cents here in the near future for XRP. That's my personal predictions, unless we go up and obviously have a breakout up to the top. You never know. The market's going to do whatever it wants to do, so just be careful, everybody. Let's go check out exactly what the news is going on, like on Twitter and everything about XRP. Let's see what caused this jump. XRP is just one of those coins that's being talked about everywhere right now. So people are really thinking that we're going to see a $10,000 XRP. I would love to hear your guys's, assumptions, your guys's guesses on what the actual price of XRP is going to be when its full true value is realized. Leave a comment down below. And yeah, XRP is pumping now. Yeah, that's what we've been looking at today. Huge green candles followed by huge red candles. XRP community, the Hinmen emails are finally here. So I'm assuming, so the Hinmen emails dropped. That's what's going on here. That is why XRP jumped the way it did. It's been 5 years since Bill Hinmen gave his infamous speech. So it's been 5 years.
On June 14, 2018, then SEC Director of Corporation Finance William Hinmen gave a high-profile speech where he declared that a token is not a security when it becomes, quote, sufficiently decentralized. But internal emails and documents show that senior SEC officials repeatedly warned Hinmen that his speech wasn't true to the law and would greatly confuse the markets even more than they already were. Now, after more than 2 years and 7 court orders, we can finally share some of what we found in the Hinmen speech documents. The SEC head of trading and markets warned Hinmen that he was making up factors that, quote, go beyond the typical Howey analysis, as in not in the law, and that the speech could lead to not just confusion, but greater confusion on what is a security. Hinmen ignored him.
If the network on which the token or coin is to function is sufficiently decentralized, and the purchasers no longer have a reasonable expectation that a person or a group is going to carry out essential managerial or entrepreneurial efforts, those assets might not represent an investment contract.
The same official told Hinmen he should tie his speech, quote, more closely and explicitly to the Howey analysis. Hinmen not only ignored him, but deliberately created factors beyond those identified by the Supreme Court in the Howey case.
I wanted to just note a few things. This list is not meant to be exhaustive, but these are things that we look at.
The SEC's own general counsel warned specifically that it's legally irrelevant if someone retains a stake in a token and is motivated to take action to increase its value, and that Hinmen should delete it from the speech. And once again, Hinmen ignored them and said without any legal support that it was important to ask.
Has that person or group retained a stake or other interest in the digital asset such that it would be motivated to expend efforts to cause an increase in the value of the digital asset?
Both Trading and Markets and the General Counsel also disagreed with Hinmen's belief that if a network was sufficiently decentralized, information asymmetries would no longer exist, noting that a network creator would likely have more information than a retail holder, using Vitalik Buterin as an example. They warned Hinmen that by creating this, quote, other category and focusing on information asymmetries, he was exposing a regulatory gap that the SEC may not have the jurisdiction to fill. Again, Hinmen ignored them.
As the network becomes more truly decentralized, the ability to even to identify a promoter or to make the requisite, and someone that could actually make the requisite disclosures becomes in many cases difficult or and perhaps much less meaningful.
On June 4th, Hinmen wrote that he didn't see a, quote, need to regulate Ether as a security, and set up a call with Ethereum's co-founder Vitalik Buterin later that week to, quote, confirm our understanding. On June 11th, the SEC's own general counsel advised against including any direct statement about Ether in the speech because it would be difficult for the SEC to, quote, take a different position on Ether in the future. The next day, Trading and Markets wrote that the statements about Ether were, quote, likely to create more confusion. Hinmen ignored all of them and decided to make headlines, picking winners and losers instead.
Moreover, putting aside the fundraising that accompanied the creation of Ether, based on my understanding of the present state of Ether, the Ethereum network, its decentralized structure, we believe current offers and sales of Ether are not securities transactions.
The emails show that Hinmen knew he wasn't following the law. He knew he was making things up. And he knew that his speech would result in greater confusion in an already confused market. But Hinmen went ahead with the speech anyway. And the SEC, despite knowing all this, touted the speech repeatedly. The SEC chairman himself pointed market participants to the speech.
Bill Hinmen recently outlined the approach we take to evaluate whether a digital asset is a security, and I encourage you to take a look at Bill's speech, which is available on our website.
The SEC knew the speech didn't follow the law. The SEC knew the speech would create greater confusion, and the SEC knew Hinmen was making things up. So why is the Hinmen speech still on the SEC's website? Why was it ever allowed to be given at all? And why has the SEC pushed a policy of regulation by enforcement, falsely insisting the rules are clear?
So as you can see from that video, the SEC is quite literally a joke. I don't know how the SEC has been able to continue to show a lack in authenticity and a lack in actual capability of governing over securities and commissions. The SEC literally sat there and backed Hinmen when he was clearly lying and making things up. And then now that the narrative is switched, they're going to switch up on him. And that's why they're trying to keep these emails hidden so hard. But now they're out for the public to see. It's all out there. What do you guys think? Do you think Ripple is going to win the case against the SEC? I personally do. Really hope so. Stack your bags while you can, everybody. Subscribe to not miss any of my future uploads. I will see you guys in the next one. I'm Cole Joseph. Peace.